We're gonna be maximizing the fuel economy of this 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid. I have a 60-mile trip there and back that I have planned out, with 50% being on the highway and 50% in the city. And trying to maximize the fuel economy means a couple things. One, I need to go ahead and switch over to eco mode. Two, this AC, no more. And three, I'm gonna be doing pure regen braking as much as I possibly can. So as you can see, I only have half a tank, but I'm gonna get a full one so that afterwards I can just go ahead and refuel again, and we can get an accurate reading of what the miles per gallon was. So here we are with a full tank of gas. Honda actually advertises 48 miles per gallon in the city and highway combined. So we're gonna try our best to at least get 45 or so. I also just went ahead and reset our trip A so that we can see what the car reads as far as fuel economy goes. So like I said, this first half of the trip is pure city for the first 15 miles. As you can see already, the car is absolutely killing it. It reads 51.4 miles per gallon as I coast to a stop. So as I accelerate very gently, you'll notice that the EV mode is still on. I find that it stays on until about 32 or 42 miles per hour, depending on what actual throttle you put on the gas. I know we're only 1.2 miles in, but I think it's absolutely ridiculous that it's reading that much miles per gallon. Here I am coming to a stop using my regen braking. You can see so far the car is reading 112 miles per gallon. Obviously, it's not going to do that the whole way through. I'm very familiar. Oh, and there we go. There, the gas just kicked in for the first time. I was going to say I'm very familiar with hypermiling. I used to do it all the time in my 10th gen Civic. In my last video, I did a 600-mile road trip and got about 37 to 42 miles per gallon, depending on how you do the math or how you want to predict it. I just didn't get the exact numbers like I should have. So in this video, I wanted to do justice. The gas has kicked in for the first time so far in this whole trip, and you can see immediately it tanks the whole miles per gallon. I've noticed from resetting the trip A so many times that whenever the EV mode is in, the card reads it as 200 miles per gallon. So think of it like that. Gas is whatever you choose to see, as you see on that little progress bar that we got right there, but the EV mode is 200 miles per gallon according to the car. I haven't gone over 50 miles per hour yet, and here we are advertising 63 miles per gallon so far, 5 miles in, as we've just been driving through some casual city area. And as you can see, I'm just kind of coasting as much as I can to the actual red light. So I just crossed 50 miles per hour for the first time this trip, and here we are still in EV mode, averaging 69.5 miles per gallon. That's absolutely insane. I'm actually kind of blown away so far. Also, check out this aftermarket radio that I put in my car. It now allows me to get wireless CarPlay, bigger screens, and then obviously install any app I want on an Android head unit. And the actual size difference is absolutely insane from the actual like tiny little 5-inch screen or whatever it was before, especially the brightness and the actual viewing angles. If you're interested, check the link below or in the top right for more information on this head unit. So far, 64 miles per gallon. We are 7.5 miles in. I'm still impressed because that was as bad as it gets for city driving, in my opinion. I'm in a 35 mile per hour speed zone, and as you can see, we're averaging 77 miles per gallon 10 miles in, which is crazy. I'm genuinely impressed. We have about 5 more miles to go in the city, and then we'll go ahead and hop on the interstate. So the speed limit just kicked back up to 45 miles per hour. We're still at 76 miles per gallon so far, and we're still in the city, as you can clearly see. And every stop I have those regen brakes on. I'm barely using the brakes until I have to actually come to a complete stop. I don't know if I've said this already, but I will not be going over 65 miles per hour on the interstate. The hybrid system absolutely tanks whenever I go over that on a normal daily driving experience. And in order to get the most that I possibly can, I'm gonna stay at 65 miles per gallon or under. So we are now at our final strip of city before we actually get onto the interstate. As you can see, 76 miles per gallon so far in the city, doing pure hypermiling, I guess, if you want to call it that. So here we are turning onto the interstate. As you'll see, the trip A reads 13.6 miles so far, and I'm accelerating onto the interstate like an absolute baby. So as you can see right there, the speed limit is 65 right now, but it is gonna jump up to 70. So as you'll see in this video, the whole world's gonna be passing me because I am 5 miles under, and that's the same exact thing that I'm gonna do in the 70 mile per hour zone. So we have 18 miles left on our trip, and as you see on the interstate, we are 15 miles in exactly. As you can see, we are now at 70 miles per gallon on the interstate. It's still holding pretty strong considering where we are. Further along on the interstate, you can see that it's starting to rain. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep driving on the interstate like normal. As you see, the 70 mile per hour limit coming up right here on our right, but I'm gonna stay on the interstate like this. I'm gonna stay in the rain, but I'm only going to count the first half of the drive, and then we'll just hypothetically duplicate those numbers and call that the 60-mile trip all around. This is absolutely unfortunate timing, but what I was saying was that I'm only going to do this interstate strip with rain. I'm not gonna do the whole trip back with rain, but luckily our final destination for the first half is a gas station, so we'll accurately see what actual miles per gallon we got so far. I also want to stress that this interstate portion even is actually uphill. And you can see we're still holding 63 miles per gallon or so with about 11 miles to go. The rain has really picked up with about 10 miles left, as you can see on our big screen that I put into my car. But I have full confidence that this thing will be able to maintain 60 miles per gallon despite the rainy conditions by the time we get there. We are 5 miles away from our gas station. We are 59.9 miles per gallon so far. It's maintaining that 60 miles per gallon goal really well so far. That's what my prediction is, but we'll actually see how it does in these rainy conditions. 2.5 miles out, will we be able to maintain the 60 miles per gallon? I don't know. I think it'll be very, very close. Here we are 1 mile away and we are at 59.6 miles per gallon so far. Our exit's right here. So what I'm gonna do, the gas station is right by the exit. All I'm gonna do is use my region braking to coast off the interstate right here and then make our way to the gas station, which is, you can see right here, it is right by the interstate. It's looking promising so far. The gas station's right there and we're reading 60.8 miles per gallon. And here we are, despite the wet roads, despite being uphill on the interstate, we have averaged 61.1 miles per gallon so far according to the car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill up right here and we're gonna do the math on 32.8 miles divided by however much that cost. You know how the whole formula goes. So as you can see, that cost us $1.71 in order to top off our tank, and that was for 0.611 gallons. So with 0.661 gallons, what you do is you take 32.8 miles, you divide it by that, and boom, there's your number. We got about 53.7 miles per gallon truly. Now I know the car says 61, but you can't always go off of that. But 53.7 miles per gallon, let's call it 54, because that was crazy. With the AC off, with me in eco mode, basically hypermiling my whole way through, and that was with about 14 miles of city and then 18 miles of highway / interstate. My biggest takeaway from this is that Honda has really delivered on this hybrid powertrain. It drives just like an EV. Honda did a fantastic job with this car. I have a ton of other hybrid content on my channel. If you want to go ahead and check that out, you can see how to install a dash cam, how I installed this radio, what it means to me, and how much it upgraded my whole car as a whole. If you have any video ideas, let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one.